Hello, this is Luminousz Ztarr. Welcome to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about, well, actually, before I get to that, thank you girls and guys so much for being my stars. Being a part of the Luminousz Ztarr family has its perks, such as being a part of a fantastic, awesome community that helps other people on the planet to become more aware about narcissistic abuse. Okay, so that was a mouthful, right? But anyway. The heart speaks to the brain, but the brain never speaks to the heart. Okay, so the narcissist and cluster B personality type, they can use this in order to get the narcissistic supply from you. Okay, so when your heart is speaking to your brain, how does that look? Well, you start to idealize your narcissist or cluster B personality type. You start to wear those rose-colored glasses with your favorite outfit. Okay, the rose-colored glasses sometimes is pretty cool to wear, especially, like I said, if it matches your outfit. But in this case, it's not a good idea to have those rose-colored glasses on. When you have those rose-colored glasses on, it reduces your visibility. You're not able to really see the theme of the relationship. What is the theme of the relationship? Well, they're pulling shenanigans. See, when you're talking about looking at the themes of a relationship, you're looking at what's actually going on in the relationship. What is the story that's unfolding within that narcissistic codependent relationship? Well, I just mentioned two. You're dealing with two components. You're dealing with narcissism and you're dealing with codependency. So those are two themes within your relationship. What's actually going on? You're being manipulated. You're being lied to. Your health deteriorates. But the theme of a relationship, we can go ahead and say in this case is narcissism. And we can also say is codependency. So when your vision is reduced in that regard, you have the rose-colored glasses on, you're idealizing your narcissist. You may be putting them up on a pedestal. So when your heart speaks to your mind or your brain, that's how that looks. When your heart speaks to your brain, a few other things are happening. You're not aware of your emotions. Your energy is moving where it's supposed to move. But if your energy is stagnant, in other words, you're not permitting it to move, that means you're in a sunken place. Your health deteriorates. Your energy has to move. Emotions are your energy in motion. This is why you feel better even after you have a good cry. You feel better after you work through your anger. When the heart speaks to the brain, that means that you're not fully aware of how you're feeling. You're not fully aware of certain things that are going on in the relationship, such as how you are actually experiencing that relationship. Parallel realities, the twilight zone, okay? Because it's so surreal how the narcissist and cluster B personality type, they treat you so badly, yet you keep telling yourself that you love and care about them, that the relationship is not that bad. When they say something to you that may trigger you, it's not that bad. The heart speaks to the brain. The brain never speaks to the heart. So how does it look when the brain speaks to the heart? When the brain speaks to the heart, this means that you become aware of how you're feeling, your thought patterns, your emotions. You balance what you think with what you feel. You critically think because you're critically asking questions, or you're asking critical questions. So when the brain does not speak to the heart, that's what happens. You get off of your ego. You're not as reactionary if you should become triggered by your narcissist or cluster B personality type, simply because you're aware of what you're feeling as well as what you're thinking. When narcissists and cluster B personality types began to use or apply NeuroLinguistic Programming, that means that he or she, they're doing things, they're saying things that may have you triggered. And when that happens, if you are not critically thinking about the theme or the themes of the relationship, if you're not aware of what you're feeling, The narcissists and cluster B personality types can obtain the narcissistic supply from you. And guess what? You're going to probably continue to try to please him or her, even though the relationship is unhealthy for you. When the relationship is a burden to you, yet you're still invested, that is also reflective of how your heart speaks to your brain, yet your brain is not speaking to your heart. Okay? So when we start to think about him or her repeatedly, it's habitual. NeuroLinguistic programming suggests to you that you would like to accommodate him or her. When narcissists and cluster B personality types utilize NeuroLinguistic programming, it's a mind screw. It's a mind game that they're playing in order to get the narcissistic supply from you. NeuroLinguistic programming consists of 3 components: the words, the behavior, as well as your thoughts. So the neural aspect are the thoughts, the linguistic are the words, and the behavior is the programming. Codependent narcissistic relationships or narcissistic codependent relationships, same thing, same difference, right? Highly designed to be addictive. Not only that, it can possibly cause you to be obsessed with that personality. Okay, the narcissistic personality type. That person, they may have a cluster B personality type, but you become addicted to the relationship, if not him or her. You become obsessed with him or her, if not the relationship. You see how this is very complex, yet when you start to look at things, you step back and you start looking at things, such as how you repeatedly think of him or her, it starts to make sense. Why are you thinking of him or her repeatedly? When the heart speaks to the head, this means that there's a lack of emotional discipline. Okay? Because you're not going to be clear on what you're feeling, what you're thinking. The rose-colored glasses are on. You want to please your narcissist or cluster B personality type as opposed to taking care of yourself. And then you're not very clear on how you're being affected by the narcissistic codependent relationship. Okay, so when the brain does not speak to the heart, that means that you're critically thinking about what actually is going on. The rose-colored glasses come off when the brain is not speaking to the heart. Okay, you're critically thinking. You're able to ask critical questions that will provide you some very clear answers, which goes right into not practicing personal boundaries. That's the first thing that has to go. Narcissists and cluster B personality types, in order to break down your defenses, NeuroLinguistic programming is applied. So when you think it's a great idea to get that gift that costs $100, yet it will set you back financially, you're doing all of that to get along or to accommodate the narcissist or cluster B personality type because you want peace in that relationship. So NeuroLinguistic programming is on and working, it's operating when you think it is your idea to get that gift in order to have peace in that relationship. When behind the scenes, the narcissist and cluster B personality type has influenced you to think it's a great idea to do that. They have you thinking it's a great idea, okay, to put them first and not regard yourself. NeuroLinguistic programming in full effect. When you become mindful, that is when the brain is not speaking to the heart, okay? Because you're critically thinking, you're asking critical questions, which will provide you a clearer perspective on everything. How are you feeling in that relationship? See, these are the critical questions. How are you experiencing the narcissist and cluster B personality type? How is your health being affected? What is the aftermath? See, all of these critical questions, you're gonna be able to fire them off, okay? Because it will come naturally to you because you're practicing mindfulness. Narcissists and cluster B personality types, they don't really like that. So the next time you think about the brain not speaking to the heart, think of mindfulness. The next time you think about the heart speaking to the brain, just remember, that means you're not practicing personal boundaries. You don't have your shield. You don't have your boundary. You don't have your, you don't have your protection that helps you to express yourself as a person, to have you express yourself as a human being, having a human experience, okay, and in all your relationships.